Good evening, gentlemen, ladies, our fathers, our mothers, young students, young electorate watching us on Waves of TV. As we speak now, John Mahama's campaign team is at Tumu in the Sissala East constituency of the Upper West region. You can hear the deafening noise, the blowing of the vuvuzelas behind me, in front of me, around this mini dema grounds, that people are so much excited to know that John Mahama's campaign team has finally arrived here at Tumu after a long wait. I wouldn't say much because I have party executives here who know much about this particular constituency, this area, the politics, what the people want, the issues on the ground, what their competitors are saying, and why they are optimistic John Mahama has a chance of winning the election in this constituency, and more so the parliamentary candidate. I have the communications officer who is joining me now. First of all, it's been a long wait, I guess, and of course it's been a long journey for us too, but finally we are here. You know, John Mahama is just around, and very soon we'll be entering this Durbar ground. Tell us the excitement and the issues on the chest of the people that they want to be addressed.
Yeah, thank you very much. As soon as the good people of Sissala East got the news that His Excellency the former president and the nation builder is to bring his building the Ghana we want together tour to the Upper West region, and for that matter Tumu, they have been jubilant from day one. Since yesterday in the night, the good people of Nebulo and that of Sissala East Tumu here have been jubilating. You can see from the crowd the jubilant nature of the people, but they are ready for change. These people are yearning for change. If tomorrow were to be 7 December 2024, I think our brethren from the other side would have struggled to get 20%.
So what is the excitement about?
Again?
What is the excitement about?
The excitement is all about the coming of the nation builder, His Excellency John Mahama, who has been lied against. The good people of Ghana now know that they lied against His Excellency when he was the president. All the lies that they have told about him have come to light now, and they are now yearning for him. That is why you see that people are having like this. They are looking for him because of the development.
As we speak, you can go. We understand you have to take your stage there because John Mahama has arrived. So thank you very much for being with us. You are the former youth organizer, right? So as we speak, for those of you who are watching us now, John Mahama has finally arrived. There's so much excitement here. If you look behind me, it is like a festival for many of the people who are here waiting to listen to John Mahama. But for you as a former youth organizer, I see many young men and women here. Why?
In fact, you know, this is the lack of employment, and they are very excited about Mahama 24 hours economy. You see, we have realized that this 24 hours economy is going to create more jobs for the youth in the Sissala area, and that is why you have seen the overwhelming youth, women and men that are young here to embrace whatever Mahama is bringing on board. In fact, they are very happy because looking at this place, we are a farming community and we don't have any other jobs apart from farming. We have a cotton ginnery that we usually work here, and then they will process the cotton and take it down south. And that was where the youth usually get work to do. And since the MPP came, the cotton is no more in existence. So what they want to do, what they are happy about the 24 hours is that they know that President John Dramani Mahama, when he comes to the office, is coming to revamp the cotton company and make it more effective so that the youth can get work to do. In fact, it was working 3 times a day. Those others go from morning to 11, from 11 to 4, and others from 4 to 3. Now it is no more there, and we don't have any other work doing here apart from the cotton company. So they are happy about this 24 hours economy. And secondly, most of the women and the youth you are seeing here is about this mechanization centers His Excellency the President is talking about. In fact, if this mechanization center should come, it will go a long way to help with the youth in the Sissala area, because we don't have any other work to do apart from the farming. So we are very happy about his policies and other measures he's putting in place. In fact, this Women Development Bank is also coming a long way to help the women. Here we have only three banks: ADB, Commercial and Rural Bank. At the first, the women go to the Rural Bank to seek for support. It's not more there. You know, Commercial Bank, you can't easily get loan if you are not a government worker. ADB, it is not easy if you are not a terror businessman. That is well known. You can't get loan there. But we are hoping that with this Women Development Bank, it will go a long way to help the women. Said that they will go a long way to do work. They will get support. They will get support from the bank. Here we are farmers. If even a woman should be supported 1,000 Ghana cedis, it will go a long way to support the woman. So we are praying and hoping. That is why you are seeing the crowd this evening. They are overwhelmed over this Women Development Bank. And I'm assuring you that it is going to happen. It has not happened this way before. This is the first time it's happening in the Sissala East constituency.
Okay, hold it. I will come back to you a short while ago. But as we speak, we know that the opening prayer is being held, and very soon the traditional authorities here will be speaking, and then we'll also be understanding ourselves better to know the issues in the Sissala East district. Now, tell me more. When we talk about Sissala East, help us appreciate the geography of the area, the big towns in Sissala East, and how significant it is to the economy of this country.
In fact, when you check the Sissala East, we are the main dominant of the we are the people who actually produce more maize in Ghana, more cotton in Ghana. But when you check our roads and other things, it is not going to favor, it's not favoring us. So that is why the youth and other people are thinking that when President John Dramani Mahama is 4 years in office, the little quota you pass through to the municipality was done by the NDC government. When the MPP came, there's not a single 1 kilometer of road that has been tarred in the Sissala East district. And even going to farm and come, after harvesting your farm inputs, how to transport them to the cities to sell is a problem. So whoever that make his own way here will come and buy it, if even is.
Let's speak to the camera because you are talking to me.
Yeah.
Yes. Talk. I'm listening.
So when you check, we are the main producing of maize in the country. Sissala East municipality, we are pure farmers. There's no any other job apart from farming work. So when you check, the main reason we are very sad is that even after farming, where to transport the road you get to transport your main maize or grains to the market is a problem. In fact, we are not enjoying. And when you check, almost all the youth here, they are farmers. So what we want to do is that we want this, to change the government, said that the NDC government will come and create access roads to us, so that when we finish harvesting our maize, we can easily transport them to the main municipality or regional capitals to sell and also earn money to take care of our students.
So I am speaking to the former youth organizer of the party here at Sissala, and he's giving me an impression about what the people want. As we speak, a prayer has been held, and then one of the party officials is addressing the gathering here. In fact, it's almost like a festival. Drumming and dancing, traditional authorities are seated. I have Muslim leaders here, we have opinion leaders here, and of course the high days is where the party dignitaries are. Now, so the man speaking, what exactly is he saying?
I think he's now saying that the member of parliament, Mohamed Issa Batalia, the awaiting parliamentary candidate, incoming MP of the Sissala East, which I believe, inshallah, this year there's not going to be doubt. Why we know it's not going to be doubt is that the former MP won by 646 votes, and there was disunity among the executive in the Sissala East municipality. And this time, thank God, we have all been able to come together. So he's now introducing the member of parliament to introduce some of the dignitaries that are present.
So hold it. Is that the MP who is speaking now? The candidate.
The member of parliament is now speaking.
Okay, so we are listening to him. He's speaking a local language, but I believe that from time to time we'll be giving you the interpretation of what he's saying. So let's listen to him briefly before we bring you an explanation of what he's saying. I heard him mention Julius Debra. What is it?
I think he's now introducing the dignitaries. I think what he's saying is that Mr. Julius Debra is here with us. Is here with us, and the
so as we speak, the venue is a bit chaotic, but bear with us. It is not because there's confusion anyway, but it is because there are hundreds of people who are scrambling for space. The space where they can have the comfort to catch a glimpse of John Dramani Mahama. So for many of them here, they have already made up their mind, but it's just John Mahama they want to see. But you see, I see so much. Is it because the people are angry or they are just looking for John Mahama to look at?
But the people are overwhelmed because they are thinking that John Dramani Mahama is going to be the saver. In fact,
Let's go this way. So let's go. Okay, so talk.
And weak people for his 4 years in the office, we have been able to see what he has done for us. In fact,
okay, so now let's listen to the man who is speaking at the moment.
Easy time to the current leaders. Unfortunately, they are quite weak and they have created difficult times for us. And these difficult times are giving us once again somebody who has a track record of building. Today, he is in the land of Sissala. Sissala are known for building. You have a safe stroke master who is here to help us build the Sissala and build Ghana at large. On this singular note, may I, together with all of you, welcome on stage His Excellency, the nation builder, the doer, the one with the record, John Dramani Mahama. Thank you. It's always a pleasure to be back home here in Tumu. For those of you who know the special relationship that exists between Sissala and Gonjas, when I say I'm happy to be back home, you understand why I say I'm happy to be back home. But aside from the relationship between Sissala and Gonjas, there's also the relationship between my late father and the late Alhaji Imoro Igala. When I was a little boy, at the time that the CPP had been formed and Ghana had got independence, these two people were the pillars of the North. And I remember that as a little boy, my father used to bring me here to Tumu to come and visit Alhaji Igala, and we used to sleep in Alhaji Igala's house. And so when I say I am back home because of the relationship that existed between my father, Mr. E. Mahama, and Alhaji Imoro Igala. May their souls rest in perfect peace.
We, their children, have taken over the mantle of leadership. I've been president of this country before, and I have done my bit to help and support our people to develop the infrastructure in this part of our country. I remember when we were in office, we were working on the Navrongo-Tumu road and also the Tumu to Wa road. Unfortunately, after 8 years, one would have expected that that road should have been completed. Unfortunately, it hasn't been completed. Parts of the road are so bad, but I can assure you, the people of Tumu and Sissala East and Sissala West, that by the grace of God, your son is coming back as president. And that when I come back, that road will be a #1 priority. Because in NDC's policy for roads, we believe that the first important roads to do are the roads that link regional capitals together. And Wa and Bolga are linked through the road that goes through Tumu. And so that is a #1 priority road for us. When I came, I was looking into Mukoro's palace to see if there's a cow there, because I wanted to take the cow. My uncle died recently, and when the Sissalas came to the funeral, they came and took our cow that we bought for the funeral away. So I'm also looking for a Sissala man's cow to take back to Bole. But of course, we know what I'm talking about. That is the beauty of the relationship between us. In 2016, we went to the polls. We went to elections. And we made a choice in that election. And I've said that elections are always about choices, because you have to choose between two things or a number of things. In that election, we had to choose whether the NDC under my administration should continue or we should allow a new group to take over. We made a choice and decided that Nana Akufo-Addo and Alhaji Bawumia should take over this country. Of course, it is normal in our democracy that those things should happen. But when that choice is made, it is our hope that those in whom the Ghanaian people have reposed that confidence are going to work to move Ghana to a level higher than they came to meet it. That is what we have all done. I was working with Professor Mills to move Ghana to a higher stage than we came to meet it from President Kufuor. Unfortunately, I am sad to report to you that that duo who took over governance on 7th January 2017, they have messed this country up. This country, Ghana, is not the same country that I handed over to them on 7th January 2017. Everything in any country is linked to the economy of the country. And so the economy of any country is the #1 priority. If you get it wrong, you get all the other sectors wrong. And so the choice that we're faced with in this election is the choice about the economy. How the economy has been handled over the last 8 years. The state in which the economy is. That is the question that we are faced with in this election. The second question we are faced with in this election is about the issue of finding jobs and employment for our young people. Those are the two main issues of concern to Ghanaians. And so, going to the polls, let's ask ourselves, what is the state of our economy? How have these people managed the economy? What has happened to the economy? 7th January, when I handed over this country to Akufo-Addo and Bawumia, the debt level was 57% to GDP. They took it, and in 8 years, they moved it to 104% of GDP. And today, even as I speak to you after debt restructuring, our debt to GDP is still above 80%. Today, our total public debt body, 760 billion. 30 million Ghanaians share it and pay your part of the debt. All of you standing here, including me, including Tumu, we all owe more than 20,000 Ghana cedis, 200 million cedis. And yet, when they came and took it in 2017, 7th January, our total debt was 120 billion. If you divided it by all Ghanaians, every single one of us owed only 40 million cedis, 4,000 Ghana cedis. That is what they have done to this economy. When they came and took this economy, inflation was down, below 15%. They came and inflation went up to 54%. And today, even as I talk, inflation is hovering above 20%. The people who said electricity bill was too expensive and they were coming to cut it down, today we are paying more in electricity tariffs than at any other time in our history. The people who said petrol was too expensive because it was 14 cedis a gallon, today we are buying a gallon of petrol for 72 cedis. The people who said kenke was expensive because it's 1 cedi, today we are buying kenke at 5 cedis. The people who said cement was expensive because it was 24 cedis, today we are buying cement at 110 cedis. So, when it comes to the issue of economy, if the Ghanaian people have to mark their exam paper, I assure you the mark they will get is an F. F means fail. The mark they will get is an F. And F means fail. When it comes to employment, at the time NDC was in office, the total unemployment in Ghana was 8.4%. 8 years on under Bawumia and Akufo-Addo, unemployment has risen to almost 15%. And so, young people are finishing school and they cannot find jobs to do. There are many of you here who finished school 2 years ago, 3 years ago. You are still living in your father's houses and your fathers and mothers are feeding you. And so when it comes to the issue of employment, which together with the economy are the two main issues that Ghanaians are looking at going into the election, again we'll give them an F. It means fail. Now when you have failed in an exam, you failed so abysmally, of course, you are not rewarded because you have failed. And so in this election, we are not going to reward them for destroying Ghana's economy. We are not going to reward them for inflicting hardship on Ghanaians. We're not going to reward them for inflicting death on Ghanaians. We're not going to reward them for inflicting hardship and inflation and pain on Ghanaians. We're going to ask them to go back into opposition and go and reflect on the damage that they have done to this country. And maybe in future, if they reflect and apologize, Ghanaians will consider them again. Now, one of the things MPP people don't want to hear is the word economy. They don't want to discuss the economy. And the excuse they give for the economy being as it is COVID, or Russia-Ukraine war. So COVID didn't go to Cote d'Ivoire. Didn't COVID go to Cote d'Ivoire? But why is Cote d'Ivoire's inflation rate 5% and Ghana is 22%? Why is Cote d'Ivoire's currency stable and Ghana's currency moved from 4 cedis in 2016, end of 2016, to 17 cedis today? When you said you arrested the dollar, you imprisoned it, and you gave the key to the IGP. How did the dollar escape and reach 17 cedis? And now, the same person who said, when the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you. He said, you can do all the propaganda you like. If the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you. The exchange rate has exposed them because the fundamentals were weak. And it has resolved. So that theory is correct. And it's correct today because the CD has moved from 4 to 17. It's even more correct today than ever. And so the time has come for us to drive the elephant back into the bush. Luckily for you in Tumu, the game reserve is not far away from here. So if you drive the elephant from the town, it can go back into the game reserve and go and join the elephants that are there. There are many projects that we want to prioritize. In 2020, I told you when I came here during the 2020 campaign that when I was a young boy and I used to come here with my father, the Tumu cotton ginnery was working. People were growing cotton. And the ginnery was producing cotton for the Japan textiles mill. And people were earning money. And so I said one of the things we want to do is to revive the cotton industry and cotton farming here in the area, the Sissala East and Sissala West areas. So that we can revive the Ghana Cotton Company ginnery, but this time under private management, not state management, so that it can run more efficiently. It can provide employment to the young people here in Tumu to be able to work and also earn an income. I know that my Sissala brothers and sisters are very hardworking when it comes to agriculture, but they don't get any support. And that is why we're bringing the idea of the Farmer Service Centers. The Farmer Service Centers, we're going to put one here in Sissala East. It will register all the farmers in Sissala East. We'll come to your farm, we'll measure your farm, we know how many acres your farm is, we know what crop you are growing. If you are doing maize, groundnuts, beans, yam, whatever you are growing, we know. and we'll put it into the Farmer Service Center database. So at the beginning of the year, whatever support government is supposed to give you, it will come to the Farmer Service Center. And you will go there, there will be tractors that will plow for you. They have harrows, plows, planters, everything. You go to the center, your fertilizer will be there, subsidized fertilizer. And the center can provide you with the services on credit. And so when you go and sell your crop, then you come and pay the credit that the center gave you, so that the next farming season they can give you the support again. And so it's going to be a golden age for my brothers and sisters who are farmers in the Sissala East and Sissala West area. The last time I came, I saw you had planted a lot of maize crop. Unfortunately, the drought affected many people's farms, and so the crop didn't do as well. Government has gone to Parliament to look for money to come and support farmers. And so they are going to bring rice and maize and things to support farmers. I just want to let you know that that money is government of Ghana money. They are going to Parliament for approval to give them money to buy that food. But knowing MPP for who they are, I know that half of that food they are going to give to their DCs and party executives to share. The other half is what will come to those who are true farmers. But I'm saying if the food comes, know that it is government of Ghana, it is our tax, your tax, money that has been used to procure that food. And so when the food comes, accept it. Accept it. And cook it for your family and eat. But when you go to the polling booth and go to cast your vote, remember that you are casting your vote for the truth. You are casting your vote for the National Democratic Congress. If you look all over the country, almost all the modern markets have been built by NDC. Almost all the modern markets you will see in this country were built by NDC. But there are many more markets that are in a deplorable condition. And we know that markets fuel the rural economy, because that's where the farmers take their crops to sell and make some money to be able to look after their families. So in the new NDC manifesto, we have what we call the Market Enhancement Program. It means that in every district, like Sissala East, we will develop one market properly, so that it will be the major market for everybody to come and exchange their goods and services and be able to make money for themselves. So we have drawn a list of all markets all over the country. And there are several of them here in Sissala East that we have targeted to improve, to build modern markets so that people will feel happy to go there to do business. If you go and the market is dirty and the floor is muddy, who wants to go to a market like that? You want to go to a market where everything is neat, the floor is paved, the stalls are nice. And so we're going to do that market enhancement program so that our mothers and sisters who sell in the market will have a conducive and beautiful place to be able to do their business. There are many other programs like the National Apprenticeship Program. There are programs like the Women's Development Bank. There are so many other programs. If I want to talk about all of them, we'll spend the rest of the day here, the rest of the night here. But I want to say that we're introducing the 24-hour economy. And that means that we must employ more security personnel to be able to look after our people and make sure that they're safe and secure. So we estimate that over the next 5 years, we need another 25,000 police officers. And we want to make sure that everybody gets the opportunity to be part of that. And so instead of doing centralized recruitment, we're going to do recruitment on regional basis so that we can take some Sissales, Dagaris, Wales, Gonjes, Frafres, Ashantis, Ewes, Gans, I mean everybody, Efutus. We'll take everybody. We want our police service to reflect our national character. So we'll do regional recruitment so that some of you young people here who want to join the forces would be able to get a chance to do so. You don't only need your school certificate. If you didn't get school certificate, English and maths, don't worry. Get a vocational certificate that shows that you have a skill. You are a plumber, you are an electrician, you are a tile layer, you are a bricklayer, you are a mason. Or even a driver or a tractor operator, whatever you have a skill in doing, it will be an avenue for you to be able to join the security services. And so now, without wasting much time, we have done the balloting, and this is what the ballot paper is going to look like. And so you've seen at the number 8. Don't look for the number 8. What do you look for? The umbrella. You look for the Akatawia. Let me see. Wait. I want one of the young girls here. Yes, you come. No, I want this girl. You come. Come up. You. The one with the hat. The one with the hat. Come on, don't go back a bit. Stand here. Now, I want you to point at the umbrella. At the umbrella, the symbol. I want you to point at it. No, point at the symbol. Aha. Okay. So, the symbol is the umbrella. And when you see the umbrella, like I said, look for the Akatawia. When you see the Akatawia, then now you put your thumb where she was showing you. Okay? And then when you're going to put your thumb, don't put it like this. Put it like this, sideways. Because if you put it like this, it might cross one of the lines. If it crosses the top line or the bottom line, your vote is spoiled. So put it like this so that it fits into the box. And when you have put the thumbprint, after that, what do you do? Not yet. You don't fold it yet. When you put your thumbprint, what do you do before you fold the paper? Yes. Okay, listen. She knows the process, but she's missing one important thing. After you put the thumbprint on the paper will be on the table. After you put your thumbprint on it, don't touch the paper yet. Leave it on the table. You see a rag or a tissue on the table. Take that tissue or rag and clean your thumb until it is dry. Are you understand me? Because if you don't clean your thumb and you immediately take this paper again and you want to fold it, your thumb will go and touch somewhere else on the paper. No, don't use your hair. There's always a tissue or a rag. There's always a tissue or a rag. Use it and clean your thumb properly before you touch the paper again. And when you take the paper, don't fold it like this. Don't fold it like this. How do you fold it? Okay. So, when you take the paper, fold it lengthwise. Lengthwise, okay? Not breadthwise. Lengthwise. So when you fold it lengthwise, you can either take it like this and go and put it in, or you can fold it again like this and go and put it into the box. Is that right? Yeah. So, Ezu, she has won herself 50 Ghana cedis. So go to the back there, they'll give it to you. Well done. Well done. So it's the same. When you get Mohamed Bataglia's ballot paper, which is the parliamentary, you will see the Akateria there again. So don't look for the number. Look for the Akateria. Then also, there are some of our grandfathers and grandmothers who have a difficulty voting. And so sometimes they make a mistake and they go and tamper somewhere else. The Electoral Commission law allows them to take advantage of what they call assisted voting. So you, the branch executives, you those living in the family houses, if you know you have an elderly person who finds it difficult to vote, go with them on voting day. And when you go, after you have voted, they would request to be assisted to vote. And the presiding officer will allow you to go with them into the polling booth to go and help them to vote, so that we reduce the number of spoiled ballots. The last election, the number of spoiled ballots was in excess of 300,000 votes. And I believe that most of those votes were ours, because the majority of them came from the northern part of this country. So let's vote properly this time, so that we take advantage of every single vote and we don't spoil the ballots. So finally, I want to introduce to you the incoming Member of Parliament for the Sissala East constituency. And I'm going to raise his hand to officially introduce him to the people of Sissala East, that he is the recognized candidate for Sissala East. This afternoon I was with him at Nabilo, and his brothers were together with him, lawyer Canton, and the other one, Ajay. They were all with him. And so I know that when these people have come together, victory is ours in Sissala East constituency. So by tradition, I'll raise his hand. All of you who can take pictures and put it on your status tomorrow, that I came and officially endorsed Honorable Mohamed Bataglia Thank you. Thank you very much. His two brothers have come to join him. Thank you very much. God bless you. And victory would be ours come 7th December 2024. Thank you very much.
I've just introduced the member of how we wrap up our his campaign to Tumu in the Sissala East district. From here we are going to Golu in the Sissala West district, and so in the next few minutes I will be back live on your TV set or social media handle to tell you how the people of Golu will be receiving John Dramani Mahama.